A single phone call, a final gasp, and a mystery that would lie dormant for 15 years. This is the story of a young man who walked into the night and vanished from the face of the earth. In the heart of Minnesota, on a cool May evening in 2008, the ordinary world of a 19-year-old student named Brandon Swanson was about to shatter. He was a bright, focused young man, immersed in his studies for a future in sustainable energy. His night had been one of celebration, marking the end of the semester with friends. The details were mundane, which made what happened next so profoundly unsettling. After midnight, Brandon began the familiar drive home through a landscape of sleeping farmhouses and unlit gravel roads. It was a route he knew well, but on this night, something went wrong. His car slid into a shallow ditch. Unhurt but frustrated, he called his parents. His voice was calm as he described his predicament. He was sure he knew his location, convinced the lights of a nearby town were within walking distance. His parents, Brian and Annette, immediately got in their car to find him. They expected a quick reunion. They would not see their son again. For the next 47 minutes, Brandon stayed on the line with his mother. He narrated his steps as he walked, describing fences and fields, the sound of his footsteps a quiet rhythm over the connection. The night was cold, the wind a constant whisper against the phone. Then at 2:30 a.m. everything changed. A sharp, startled exclamation, "Oh, crap," cut through the conversation, and then absolute silence. The line didn't go dead immediately. It remained open for a few more seconds, a void of sound. No struggle, no scream, just the empty hiss of an open connection. When his mother called back, the phone just rang, and rang, and rang. The silence that followed was louder than any sound. The search began at first light. His abandoned car was found, but it was 25 miles from where he believed he was. How could he have been so disoriented? A massive ground operation mobilized. Volunteers walked shoulder to shoulder across vast fields. Dive teams combed the dark, swollen river. Scent dogs traced a path that led to an old farmhouse and then simply stopped. It was as if the earth had opened up and swallowed him whole. For 15 years there was nothing. No body, no phone, no backpack, just a crushing, relentless silence. His family never gave up, their hope a small, flickering light in a long, dark tunnel. Rumors flourished in the absence of facts. Was it foul play, an accident he managed to hide, or did he choose to disappear? The official theory was a tragic misadventure. The terrain was treacherous, the river currents deceptively strong. In the pitch black, a single misstep could have been fatal, but without proof, the question remained, where was he? His parents channeled their grief into purpose, advocating for what became known as Brandon's Law, legislation ensuring prompt police action for missing persons. It was a legacy born from unimaginable loss. Then, in the spring of 2023, a county work crew was clearing a clogged drainage culvert near the Yellow Medicine River. A worker's rake snagged on something buried deep in the mud. It wasn't trash. It was a faded, shredded piece of denim from a pair of jeans. Forensic analysis confirmed the impossible. The DNA on the fabric was Brandon's. After a decade and a half, a thread of truth had finally surfaced. A renewed, meticulous search of the area began. Tucked under a collapsed riverbank, shielded by years of silt and roots, they found human remains. Beside them, a class ring from his technical college, the initials BS engraved inside. The long wait for an answer was over. Forensic anthropologists found no signs of violence or struggle. The evidence painted a clear, tragic picture. Hydrologists confirmed the river had been high and fast that spring. The conclusion was simple and in its own way merciful. Brandon had likely misjudged the riverbank in the utter darkness, lost his footing, and was pulled under by the cold, powerful current. The sediment quickly buried him, hiding him from countless searches. But what of his final words? That sharp two-word exclamation that had haunted his mother for so long? Audio experts were consulted. Their analysis suggested it wasn't a cry of terror, but a sudden, reflexive utterance, the sound of someone surprised by a loss of balance. He wasn't screaming in fear, he was stumbling. In his last conscious moment, he wasn't afraid, he was just trying to catch his fall. A life forever defined by a single misstep in the dark. For his family, this brought a painful but profound peace. The terrifying unknowns were replaced by a known, if tragic, truth. He hadn't suffered, he was simply gone. The case was officially closed in late 2023. There was no dramatic press conference, just a quiet statement and a family finally able to lay their son to rest. Brandon Swanson's story is a stark reminder of how thin the line is between a normal night and an unthinkable tragedy. It shows the power of a family's love to endure across years and the quiet persistence required for closure. If this story resonated with you, please support our channel by giving this video a like and subscribing to Winds of Thought for more documentaries that explore the human experience. We want to hear from you. What unanswered local mystery do you hope gets solved?